Good morning. Welcome again to Morning Devotions, and thank you again so much for our time together. Well, this is our last night here at South Campus for Revival Nights this month. We've had a wonderful set of meetings, and we're looking forward. If you have not been yet, if you live in the South area, Las Piñas, Parañaque, Laguna, Batangas, this whole area, Muntinlupa, come. We're at the Versailles Clubhouse just off Dunghari. We'll start at 7 o'clock again tonight. It's great times where we just wait in the Holy Ghost and ask God to touch and change our lives. Revival nights, it's not like a normal service. It's just bringing our hearts to God. I want to talk to you today out of 1 Thessalonians chapter 5. As Paul writes to the church in Thessalonica and he closes out this first epistle, he says, "Now we ask you, brothers and sisters, to acknowledge those who work hard among you, who care for you in the Lord and who admonish you. Hold them in the highest regard in love because of their work." Now, let me back up and read you those verses again. I'm talking to you about wherever you are in the world, and there's like 300,000 people that watch this by the time it gets repeated out there every day, I'm told. But wherever you are in the world, there are pastors, there are shepherds that are watching over you. Now, I will be the very first to admit there are some real jerks out there, okay? I will admit that. But there's not that many. Most of the pastors I meet are very good, sincere people that are really trying hard to do what God has called them to do and be shepherds of the sheep. And I will be the first to admit that as pastors, there's nobody perfect among us except Jesus, the great shepherd. We all make mistakes, we all mess up, and unfortunately when we mess up, it usually involves you because all of our work and all of our life is spent with you. So our mess-ups usually involve God's people, and so we say sorry in advance and forgive us. But I want to talk to you about your attitudes today. He said, "I ask you, brothers and sisters, acknowledge those who work hard among you." I know there are lazy preachers out there, but what about these pastors that work hard, these pastores that work hard to take care of you, that are in the streets going into your homes and visiting you, that are in the hospital with you in the middle of the night? What about these people? Why not acknowledge them and tell them, listen, we really appreciate all that you do for us, who care for you in the Lord and who admonish you. They don't always say what you want to hear, but they admonish you. They say what you need to hear. He said, hold them in the highest regard and love because of their work. Now, I hear people say a lot, they have to earn my respect. You know what? Respect is nothing that anybody can earn. Respect is something that you have to choose to give. You choose to hold them in the highest regard in love. And why do you do that? Because of who they are? No. Because of what they can do? No. Because of their work. You respect the office, not the person. You respect the office. I often teach some of our older leaders that have been Connect Group leaders longer than many of our young pastors and pastores that we're training have been alive on planet Earth. We've got Connect Group leaders that have literally been Connect Group leaders for 34 and 35 years. And I teach some of them, listen, respect the office, train the pastor. Hold them in the highest regard and love because of their work. Respect the office, train the pastor. That 23, 24-year-old young pastor or pastora, they're going to make a lot of mistakes. You know 1,000 times more about being a Connect Group leader than they do. But if we're going to open 200 churches across our nation in the next 20 years, we have to accept the fact that we're going to have to train a lot of young pastors. So we've got a lot of our pastors moving around. We've got a huge new batch coming in for training with the SPS in January. We're greatly looking forward to that. I'm told that we have 50 young men and women, as well as Pat Peters' generation, older men and women, taking exams for pastoral training to start SPS in January. But as we train them, respect the office, train the pastor.